Alright guys, here we go. We're going to be doing perimeter word problems. So let's get this out of the way. Let's take a look at this right here. So we have the worksheet right here that we were working on in class today. And those are all the answers. And I left the last two blank so we could do them right now together on this video. Right here it says the width of a rectangle is 9 feet less than the length. Okay, so let's really understand what we're reading here. That the width, which I'm going to call W, okay? The width, which we call W, is, so that's really W equals, it says 9 less than, which implies subtraction and a switch in order, the length, okay? So the width is 9 less than, so here's my less than. Now, just because the 9 comes first doesn't mean I'm going to write 9 first, because the less than means there's a switch. So I'm going to put the 9 back here, and I'm going to put the length up front. The length is going to go up front, and you just write that as L. So you have W equals L minus 9. Now, that really doesn't make much sense to us unless we actually think of a rectangle. So let me do a little rectangle right here. We have a rectangle, okay? And we know that the longer part is the length. We know that the smaller part is the W. And we also know that the W is really L minus 9. So instead of thinking of it as W, let's put a little cloud around the W. And let's just think of it as L minus 9, okay? So I have an L on top. I have an L on the bottom. I have an L minus 9 on the right side. I also have an L minus 9 on the left side, okay? So we're going to now talk about the perimeter of this thing. So what is the perimeter? It says that the perimeter, whoops, sorry about that. The perimeter is 42, okay? So what is perimeter again? It's the sum of all the sides. It's adding up all the sides. So if I add up all the sides, and what I want to do is I want to combine all the sides in my head. I have one L right here. I have another L right here. I have another L right here and another L right there. That's really a total of 4 L's. And then what about the integers? What kind of numbers are we going to be combining? There's a minus 9 that we're going to combine with a minus 9. So that's really a minus, actually, oh, sorry about that. That's really a minus 18, because a minus 9 combined with a minus 9 is a minus 18. And we do know that the perimeter is 42, so it's equal to 42. And now we need to solve this thing. Let me zoom in to solve a little bit better. So when I solve it, I want to go plus 18, it's going to cancel, plus 18, that's going to be 60, equals 4L. Now how are we going to get rid of that 4? We're going to divide by 4 and divide by 4. Now if you don't know what 60 divided by 4 is, you could always work it out and long division and get L equals 15. So the length is 15, so you put 15 right there on the length part. Now if you want your width, you have to take the length 15 and plug it into the L where the width is at, okay? So the width is L minus 9. I don't know if you could see it in all this mess right here. The width is L minus 9. So the width is L, which we just said was 15. So you're going to put 15 minus 9. And what is 15 minus 9? That is 6. So your width is 6. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm going to try to do this one as quick as possible. Okay, so let's first draw a rectangle. It's an ugly rectangle, I apologize. And let's go to labeling it W right here, W right here, L right here, and L right there. But what we need to do is look at the word problem and come up with what they give us. Let me see, what do they give us here? It says the length, which we're going to call L, the length is, that means L equals 5 less than, so the less than is a minus, and the 5 being in the front, you need to switch it to the back because less than implies a switch, 3 times the width. So in the front part, you're going to put 3W, 3 times the width. So you really have L equals 3W minus 5, okay? So what we're going to do is go back and replace the L's with 3W minus 5's. So L is 3W minus 5. L is 3W minus 5. So the L equals, you don't need that anymore. You're not going to use it in your problem. But you are going to use everything else. You're going to use the 3W minus 5, the W, the 3W minus 5, and the W. Now remember, perimeter is adding up all your sides. So if we add up the 3W minus 5 with the W, with the 3W minus 5 with the W, you're pretty much going to be combining like terms. So let's combine like terms, guys. What is a 3W with another W with another 3W with another W? That's going to be a total of 8 W's. And then what about the minus 5 that's right here and the minus 5 that's right there? It's going to be a minus 10. And we know that we just added them all up. We combined like terms in our heads. And we know that the perimeter, if we look at the problem, the perimeter of the rectangle is 30 feet. So we put equals 30 because that's a perimeter. Then we solve this problem, and that'll simply be a plus 10 and a plus 10. 30 plus 10 is 40. We have the equal sign. We have the 8W. And to finish this off, we're going to divide by 8 on both sides. So you divide by 8, divide by 8. Then you have your answer. W equals 5. So now you know your width, which is 5. You still need your length. So what do? We take the answer 5 and plug it in into where the W is at, because that's what W equals. So we're going to have the length, L, is 3 times 5 minus 5. So we end up with 15 minus 5, which means L equals 10. So you have your length, you have your width, and that's the answer. L equals 10, length is 10, the width is 5, and we're done.